Desiree Scott, it is always such a gift to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I know. It feels like we're just having a little reunion. We're talking Canada Games too, 2005.
Take me back.
Take me back. 20 big years. How did your Canada Games help propel you to all that you've achieved?
I think for me, when I look back 20 years ago, that was kind of my first mini Olympic experience, and you kind of don't know what you're in until you can reflect and look back on it. And I remember just being a part of a team, being part of representing Team Manitoba, and just the parade and the opening ceremonies and just the vibe and the energy, and representing your province against the other provinces in the country, and fighting for something. I think that was kind of that first experience where I was like, I really want to do something with my sport.
Absolutely. It's so many athletes say the exact same thing, but I got to compete in 2007, Whitehorse, and you mentioned the opening ceremony. That was when I was like, this is a very big deal. It's the whole country that comes together, and you see people under stress and different sports with different schedules. It does feel like a mini Olympics.
It does. You don't realize that, again, until you're in it and you're seeing all the flags being raised and people just repping proudly in all the different colors, and it was an awesome time.
What was the identity of Team Manitoba?
I think we're like a workhorse, we want to grind, we want to prove ourselves. I know, you have the big Ontarios, the BCs that normally win things, but for us it was like, maybe this year's our year, and so we always just wanted to fight and give our all, and had that sense of pride to represent Manitoba.
I feel like Alberta was a little bit the same. Yeah, you're representing the prairies as well. What was the biggest lesson that you really kind of came out with Canada Games? I mean, you said, hey, it was the first time I thought maybe I could do something, but was there any other experience that really kind of gave you that confidence to believe in the destroyer?
Yeah, I think one for me, it was the joy of the sport. I really, really enjoyed those games and being involved in a team, and kind of that pressure of representing something bigger than just me and my club in Winnipeg. So I love that joy piece, and that passion was reignited for the sport, but also I think just the connection that I built with my teammates. And then, yeah, I think just that work ethic and dedication to grinding through a tournament and what that takes, and the hard work that it takes to go on and be an athlete representing at the top levels. So,
well, you've represented at the tippy top and you've won an Olympic gold medal. Congratulations. But you also are a huge role model for youth sports athletes. I mean, you went to the University of Manitoba, you're a proud Bison. Not many folks that have played on Team Canada have gone through youth sport. And how amazing has it been to just know that you've been such a bright light for so many Canadian athletes to make it at home?
Well, I think that's such lovely words. Thank you for that. But for me, it was I represent not only my province, but my country so proudly. And I was a homebody at the time of deciding where to go for university. And so the Manitoba Bison program came to life my graduating year. And it was just the perfect storm to be yeah, this is what I want to do. And again, my entire career, I felt I've had to prove something, maybe not do something the typical traditional way. And youth sports had a huge part in my career, and playing for the Bisons for 5 seasons, again, high-level soccer right here in our province, and yeah, just getting that education as well and doing it at home with friends and family. It was perfect for me and a huge step in my journey.
I'm hearing a lot of talk around pathways, of course, in sport, grassroots to high performance. What role do you think the Canada Games plays in that?
Well, I think it's just that pathway. Like I said, it's that mini Olympics feel. I think it's your chance to take that next step in representing your province. And hopefully, I know there were eyes for me with national team coaches being there, looking at you, and not only in sport, but every sport that's involved there. So I think it's just providing opportunity for those higher level athletes to maybe go on and represent their national teams.
You're now playing in the Northern Super League, Canada's first professional soccer league. You just scored a goal. Congrats.
Yes.
The destroyer, D. Scott, finding the back of the net. I'm going to piggyback on pathways, though, and the infrastructure of this beautiful country. There's a lot of conversation around sporting infrastructure, the future of sport, the future of Canada. How important is it to have those stepping stones? It's related to the previous question, but I feel like there's so many avenues that are now being birthed in Canada, and that's a really beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing, and I know I was in locker rooms with the Diana Mathesons, the Christine Sinclairs of the soccer world, saying we need a league here in Canada. And in my time, I didn't think I would be involved, but to be able to continue to inspire be involved in helping bring pro soccer here. And I know as a teenager, a lot of girls just start to drop out 12, 13. They're like, what's next for me? And now you actually can see that pathway. You can be involved and see your opportunities, and they're just continuing to grow and be more and more of those opportunities. And I think that's just lighting the fire for players now, knowing from grassroots all the way to the pros, you can do that right here in Canada.
In your Canada Games experience, how obsessed did you get with the pin trading, buddy?
I'm obsessed with the pins, the lanyards, and your necks weigh in 5 pounds because you're like, hey, do you have a pin? Do you have a pin? Like, besides the clothing, like that was my favorite part, was getting your backpack with all the gear, and then you see the pins. And the trading was, to that, all my Olympic experiences, still the pins are a big deal.
Okay, I want to unpack that though, because that was like the first time I've ever been obsessed with physical like trading things. It is true. Everyone has the same experience with the pins. It's like waking up in Disneyland every day.
It was like early, I remember like back in my youth days, like Pokemon cards. Like I feel like it was a similar vibe. Like you go finding different teams. Do you have a Manitoba pin yet? Do you have a pin? And it's, yeah, obsessed. And all the athletes wanted it.
Yeah. I mean, it's been 20 years, but who had the best pins?
That one I can't remember, Anastasia.
I think none of it did.
You think?
I think in my brain it was none of it. I'm going to give them the big vote.
I for sure have like a shoebox with all my pins somewhere.
I think it would be fun if we all did a pin spread, because we know a lot of folks that competed at Canada Games. I'm sure there's got to be at least 100 pounds worth of metal.
I bet. Maybe some tradesies happening. Some I don't maybe missed out on.
Where do you keep your pins in relation to your Olympic gold medal?
Like I said, my pins are like, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I've noticed, like, I like all my memorabilia, like every like name tag with the lanyard tells you where you're at, my photo, like I keep all those things. So it's definitely in like a box in my home, but my medals I tend to travel with a little bit more just because I like to share those and bring those around.
Here's a hot tip, maybe just bring a few pins.
I might need to add them.
They bring the country together.
You're right.
With that, last question. I think there's a lot of conversations around nation building and what the future of Canada looks like right now. What role do you want sport to play in that conversation?
I think sport unites the world. I think it is a beautiful thing, and you learn so much about it. No matter what is going on, I think people can come together around their favorite sport, and I hope it just continues to inspire, to bring people joy, and kind of maybe forget about the issues that are going on in the world for a second, around the TV, having a snack, and just enjoying the beauty of what sport is.